You never know what you're going to see when you look for stuff on Roadside America. This is a quirky place. You got a gypsy wagon in the back, got that travel trailer, all kinds. A couple of artists own this house, and the houses right in front we're going to see in just a second. But look at all the stuff they've done here, folks. Isn't this pretty cool? You can get out and park, look around. I mean, check it out. There's a chicken, more peace signs, but most importantly is the big fire dog. Look at that big fire dog. Who's a good fire dog? You're a good fire dog. Talon was not amused.
Biff Burger in St Petersburg, Florida, consistently voted the best burger since 1958.
And I know why.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm tearing it up here.
They gave me this huge salad.
So, honestly, I think pretty much everybody everywhere is eating at a Biff Burger. They just didn't know it.
Yep.
Because I think this is the only Biff Burger left.
Yep.
Because they changed their name.
It used to be Biff's for best in fast food.
Right. But then they changed their name. They got bought out and they changed their name. And what's the new name?
The new name is Burger King.
Yes, that's right. Biff Burgers is now Burger King. But we're still eating in Biff's, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
If you're in St. Petersburg, come check
And
it
they're
out.
not fast. They're a little bit on the slow side for getting it out because they do everything made to order now.
Yep, they did. And they even accommodated.
But it wasn't too long. It's slower than fast food.
Well, they were actually really busy.
Yeah, that's true.
There was nobody in here when we got here, and they said, "Oh, there's 7 orders ahead of you."
Yep.
So, the calling game here is strong.
That's true.
All right, let's eat, and we'll eat, and you guys can check out some of the scenery here at Biff's Burger in St. Petersburg.
I know. It's very filling.
So, I had the 57 Chevy burger,
Yep.
which was about 3 onion rings, a half-pound burger, and their special sauce. And it was their half-pound burgers are half-pound. I read that somewhere too.
They're made to order, meaning that they'll make it, medium well, well done. We did medium well because I like my burger cooked all the way through. But I would say you probably want to go 1 notch down from what you actually want. It was cooked.
This is not your regular Burger King.
No.
Because there's also Buffy's Barbecue right next door. It's all the same company. And the 2 buildings are connected by an outside bar. So they have full bar, barbecue, and burgers.
Oh.
They have it all. They also have ice cream, malts, things like that.
Yeah.
They have, actually I'm reading it here, 2 patio bars, excuse me, I only thought it was 1. Covered outdoor dining, happy hour specials, sporting events on 24 color TVs. We have a drive-through. It is Tampa Bay's longest outdoor bar. And every Friday is a classic car cruise in. Bike nights are Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yep. And they do live music here too.
And they also do a lot of stuff to raise money for veterans charities too.
Yep.
So that's one of the reasons we came here, wanted to check them out, because they support veterans. If you know us, that's what we do too. So this was cool. We're stuffed. Now let's go walk it off.
Time to walk off that Biff Burger. So we're at the historic
Sunken Gardens.
Say that 10 times fast.
In St. Petersburg, Florida. And it's like known for being one of the last roadside attractions. And also it's St. Pete's oldest living museum. At 100 years old, it has a lot of tropical plants that you can't find anywhere else.
There is an admission charge.
Yep.
We got a Groupon.
Yep, there's a Groupon.
So it was $12.50 for 2 of us, so half off, or roughly half off. So let's go use the Groupon. What do you think, Talon? Huh? Well, so far, I mean, we just walked in here. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's 80 degrees on January 27th, 2021. I would say that that bridge is probably not safe for somebody to walk across. But there's no warning signs, so I guess you can try to walk across it. I don't know. And here is the Cuban royal palm.
Oh my god.
That thing is pretty awesome.
It looks fake.
It really does.
I mean, I don't even know what to say.
Talon doesn't know what to think of the flamingos.
So George Turner Sr., he is a plumber, but he also is an avid gardener, and he drained a lake that was an ancient sinkhole, and it dropped 15 feet below street level, and it provided rich soil for vegetation from all over the world. So when you come here, you see stuff from Australia, and you see stuff from New Guinea, and it's just
Any old guineas here? Any old guinea stuff?
I mean, just everywhere. So it's really definitely a unique place, and I can see why after he started building it, people wanted to pay to come in to walk through it. So
And like I said, we paid more than 25 cents. So the original admission charge has gone up.
I found an unusual tree, and it's not from here. It's from the South Sea Islands, I think. Yeah.
Yep. So Madagascar
is where it says this one's from. I saw another sign just a little bit over from this one, but now I understand why. Because when I was looking at that tree, it looked like a palm tree, and I'm like, how can a palm tree be a pine tree? But apparently it is, because this is a screw pine.
Not these colorful leaves, but this guy up here.
And it forms a pine tree. What you would think of as a pine tree.
See? Pine cone. So, pine cone, pine tree.
Yeah, but if you step back too, you can see how it forms a pine tree. Yeah.
It is very odd.
When I think of a pine tree, I think of like Douglas fir, a Fraser, you know, needle leaf.
Yeah.
That is not needle leaf.
Needle. So here is the ever popular row of tortoises. Hello.
Oh, look how he pops his head out. Again, it almost looks mechanical, even though you know it's not.
Croutons. They're unstable tropical plants? Does that mean they could, like, you know, pull out a knife and stab you unstable, or what?
finding a lot of different trees.
Vegetation.
Vegetation.
It's a vegetable.
It's a vegetable. My blue heaven, if you haven't seen it. And this tree is one that is super unique. We have to show it to you. It is called a rainbow eucalyptus, and it is beautiful. The bark is amazing on it. So many colors.
Yeah, direct from Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea.
It's beautiful. So we're here at this little babbling brook, and I'm on the hunt for Mac, the 60-year-old alligator snapping turtle. Supposed to be near a log. I see a log, I see no turtle. Let's keep looking. If you see Mac, leave me a note in the comments. So an alligator snapping turtle can weigh as much as 200 pounds. Make it into the largest freshwater turtle in North America. However, I don't see anything anywhere near that big. So Mac must be on break. Yeah, I don't get it either time.
Oh my goodness, we have spent 2 hours here in the Sunken Gardens, and it is beautiful. I mean, stunningly gorgeous.
Lavish, lush, tropical.
An 80-degree day here, but I don't feel sweaty and hot like you normally would if you were at the Disney parks all day or at the beach or something. But it is just, I don't know, it was so pleasant to walk around. There's a slight breeze. I would come back here for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
A million times. So don't just get the Groupon, get the membership.
Yeah, they do have memberships.
If you happen to be in the area where you can come frequently, you should do so.
Definitely worth it.
Yep.
All right, next stop time, now. We're in Tarpon Springs now, which is basically Greece in Florida. Well, we're going to try some homemade, house-made, locally made, whatever you want to call it made, Ouzo and other spirits at the Tarpon Springs Distillery. Come on with us to the Tarpon Springs free tour and tasting.
I'm Lisa Butler. I am the Chief Tasting Officer of Tarpon Springs Distillery, which is a pretty darn good job. And I also am a co-owner of the distillery. So I own it with my husband, Gary, who is the master distiller. So we're a woman and veteran owned business. We check off all the boxes. And so all of our names are kind of whimsical. That's where our boiler is Sparky, and our chiller is Olaf. And we actually have a chiller named Elsa outside. It's much bigger. And our fermentation tanks are named after iconic tanks in history from different wars. So Vinny is a mash cooker. And we named Vinny because he's a Vendome, and we just thought Vinny the Vendome sounded cool. But Vinny is where the process starts, because we take the 3 kinds of grains that I told you about. We'll fill the tank with the water, add the grains, add the sugar, and then cook them for a period of time, and then transfer them over to one of the tanks. Just like everything else, there's a story behind the name. And the reason we call this still Amazing Grace is this wood here is reclaimed from an 1880s church in Kentucky. Wow. Yeah, so we like to say that there's spirits on the inside and there's spirits on the outside, and that's why she got her name Amazing Grace. The word barrel wood is from the same church. So this whole setup is part of our still. This part is a traditional Appalachian Const. So this is shown of the way that they were making moonshine back in the woods, except usually not on this kind of scale.
Right.
Not in a 500 gallon still, obviously.
People told us to say Opa and take Ouzo as a shot. Well, it's actually not meant to be that way.
No.
It's supposed to be drank over ice or mixed with cold water. So a lot of people will actually get that serving of water on the side. But that takes it through a process called lushing. So that process actually drops the proof down and allows for emulsion or extraction of all the other oils. So now we're releasing those oils held hostage in there, so you have different flavors. Now it's not a process that goes bam, here we are. It's a nice slow process. So you can sip on this for 20 minutes. You're not watering down your Ouzo. You're not taking away flavor from it. It's just getting better over time. So as you sip, the very first sip tends to be a brighter anise because we're extracting those oils. Then it starts to soften and add the cinnamon and clove, and then finally that orange is last. You may not get to orange here, so don't be disappointed, okay? Just a small sip, but go ahead and look at it. You can now see too that it's also changed color.
Yes.
It's not just the glass. So if you swirl it around a little bit, mix up all the oils and take a sip, you'll notice the difference between first and now. I talked long enough, I could let you drink it.
Amazing difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just opens it up.
So we have aged our moonshine. So it is a darker spirit. Now this plays like a bourbon, has bourbon-esque feels, but it is not a bourbon. And we can't call it that because
Right.
it didn't go through all the steps that it should have. So, but we wanted something to give to those who like darker spirits. And it's super delicious mixed with lemonade. So if you're a mixer, that's where it is.
Dark
But I have it for you to try if you would like. Would you like a sample?
Sure.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
I'm
No?
good.
Three?
I can sip on his.
Okay.
Sometimes we make Manhattans with it, sometimes we make whiskey sours. Sometimes I do the Lynchburg
Lemonade.
lemonade with just this and lemonade.
It's tasty. So now this sits at
Would I
90
like it?
proof instead of 100.
Would I like it?
And it has caramel and vanilla notes. So you not only have that
Take a sip.
char from the oak,
I'm not
you
gonna answer the
have
question
these
for you.
nice notes that come from it as far as the sweetness. And then you have, you still have that shine attachment
Take it
to
lemonade
it.
making. It's not
I like
it.
It's a little too much of a kick for you, is what it is.
Maybe, I don't know.
I like it. I like it a
I
lot.
like the Ouzo straight because I really love black licorice.
Okay, so time check. It is 5:40.
We met some awesome people in there. That was a really fun
The tour,
tour.
as you saw in the video, was kind of a short tour, but we were there 2 hours and 10 minutes from tour start to walking out the door, and we could have stayed there longer, just having a good time,
Absolutely.
talking with not just the owners and the employees, but also our fellow tourists there. It was just a blast. It was a great time. So if you're ever in Tarpon Springs, and you really should, especially if you like Greek food, you should make the trip to Tarpon Springs for great Greek food. And also, as you saw, some great gin and other spirits.
I'm not a huge fan of like straight alcohol, I guess on the rocks or even just in the cup, but there were a couple that I really did like. These are the ones I like that were mixed.
Yeah, and I don't like gin at all. And they had they were all good gins. They just were. And it was all free. So love the price. It was all free. So now let's go see what other kind of trouble we can get into. So we didn't go to any more fun places after the Tarpon Springs Distillery. That was a long day. We did all of those things in one day. A long day.
A very long day.
Fun day. Long day, fun day. So those three things, what was your favorite?
The Sunken Gardens was just beautiful. So that would be my favorite.
I agree. It was awesome. And definitely got to check it out. Like we said in the video, if you're anywhere in the Tampa, St. Pete area, go check out the Sunken Gardens. Eat a Biff Burger first, then go walk it off. Then drive up to Tarpon Springs and get some Ouzo.
Absolutely.
Like I said, our biggest regret was we could not find it in ourselves to actually have room in our stomachs to go to a Greek restaurant while we were in Tarpon Springs. So that's the big downer of the whole day. But thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you know anybody who's going to that area or be interested in this, please share that video out with them.
And make your next journey an epic adventure.
Bye. You want to say bye?
See ya.